So you all know how I like to highlight nonprofits making a difference in the world. And Sarah Hornbuckle is a force in helping people get through hard times. We've known each other for years, and I've always been impressed with what she does. And the Hornbuckle Foundation was founded in 2015. They are revolutionizing the recovery industry. And rather than tell you about it myself, I want Sarah to tell you about it and how much they've grown. Sarah, good to see you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share with you on your show.
Okay, so you have grown so much, and the Hornbuckle Foundation has helped so many people. Tell us, go back to when it started and how you got involved and what you're all about.
Sure. Well, when my husband started this in 2015, his name is Michael Hornbuckle. It was this very small, providing recovery coaching, some sober living scholarships. It was just a small scale. And after we got married and I figured out what he was doing, it started to just evolve of what we wanted to do in the recovery industry, what we saw that was going wrong, and how we wanted to change it and how we wanted to help. So we had this nonprofit. And so in 2019, we created a sober living scholarship program. And then in 2020, we created a recovery coaching program and a motel program to help people get back on their feet. So I cannot believe the amount that it has grown just in the last year and a half. We've just been very blessed by just seeing our community support us, people's lives being changed. It's awesome. So our sober living scholarship program, it's where we take people that are coming out of residential treatment for at least 30 days, and we help them get into a sober living home. A lot of people that go into residential treatment, 30 days does not cure addiction. Some people need a little bit more support. And those that are ready and willing and are wanting to continue their recovery journey, but not necessarily go back home, or maybe they don't have a home to go back to. Maybe they've burned a whole bunch of bridges and spent all their money, and maybe they just need help with the first couple of months. That's our niche. That's where we come in, because we looked at statistics and we saw that people were overdosing very shortly after getting out of treatment centers and dying because your level of what you're able to intake is not the same. So maybe they were drinking a certain amount or using a certain amount before treatment. After treatment, they use that same amount and it kills them. Their tolerance level is lower. And so that is our niche, is people coming out of treatment centers. So we get to partner with treatment centers in Colorado, detox facilities, intensive outpatient places, and we get to help work in collaboration and as a team to help individuals move forward. And that's where the magic happens, is in collaboration with other community resources in Colorado. Our second program is recovery coaching. So a recovery coach is like a life coach, but somebody that's in recovery themselves. And we have a team of 12 recovery coaches that work all the way from Fort Collins down to Castle Rock, all over. What they do is focus on the 8 dimensions of wellness. We take it and as a holistic approach. What are things that you need to work on in different areas of your life, and where do you want to start? So it's an autonomous journey that a coach and a client get to take together, because this coach is also in recovery. So they get to work a recovery program together in order to obtain long-term sobriety. Our third program, which is very exciting, is our motel program. We help people that are coming out of jail, out of mental health holds, out of treatment centers or sober livings. They're usually justice involved, and we help house them in a motel program for up to 90 days. And we help them with employment, sobriety, connections to mental health resources, and housing. That is one of the most rewarding parts of our job. And it takes an entire team and a lot of management, a lot of moving parts to make it happen. But it's all about the collaboration, which is what I love in working together with other organizations. And that's how we're really revolutionizing what we're doing.
Well, these 3 programs have grown in a couple of years. Does it surprise you that it's grown as fast as it has? Is the need greater than ever today?
Yes. SAMHSA actually just released an email this morning that said 100,000 people have passed away from overdose in the last year. That exceeds record numbers, absolute record numbers. And the mental health, the dual diagnosis, and the trauma, anxiety, stress, everything is compounded in people's lives. And so we get to bring hope. We get to bring passions and connect people and not isolate, because isolation it kills people.
Yeah.
And we bring people out of their shells where it's a safe place to recover, where you're loved and you're welcomed and you're accepted for exactly who you are.
Yeah, it has the last couple of years. So many people isolated and lonely, and we are seeing more depression than ever. I know everyone who's listening to this knows someone who's going through this or has these types of mental health issues or addiction issues and could use some help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we help hundreds of people. We got to hit our goal in November of 2021 of our first 100 scholarships to sober living. And
Wow.
then, so we have about 100 clients at a time. So every single week, it's those people plus their families.
Yeah.
I get to talk to a lot of moms too, that are like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I help my kid? And we partner with agencies in Colorado that can support the mothers, sisters, spouses, brothers, family members of people who are suffering from addiction. It's a very rewarding thing to be able to talk to moms and give them hope when they might have just lost it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I know also people want to be able to give back, to volunteer, to help. How can they do that? How can they get involved or donate?
Yeah, it's a big deal. So of course, donations. Hornbucklefoundation.org is our website. Amazon Smiles has a great program. So if you commit to giving to Hornbuckle Foundation for a year or 6 months, because there's so many great places out there to give to, they give back 0.5% of every purchase to nonprofits. We have events every single year. We have comedy shows and fancy dinners, and we have carnivals for kids and a motorcycle bike run. We've had many of those, almost 8 of them at this time this is recorded. And then in-kind donations are good too. So socks, journals, pens, supplies, food, coats are always a big deal for the wintertime. Bringing meals, that helps. Meals, when people are living in sober living homes or motels, one of the best things you can do is a home cooked meal. So any groups that are wanting to, just bring some enchiladas or something, that really can make somebody's day. And it helps us, because when you feed people, they open up to you, and you can have some really great conversations over a plate of enchiladas.
That's so true. And does your website have a place where people can jump right in and donate that way as well?
If you send a message, and I can give the details of when, where, and how to do that. So we are located in Denver. And so it's Arapahoe County, Jefferson County, Denver, even up north. There's always options. And so wherever that person is, it's very cool. So like our recovery coaches, they're in different cities. So we pair clients, like say we have a few coaches in Fort Collins. So any clients that come in or referrals of people in Fort Collins, we can assign them to those Fort Collins coaches. So anybody who wants to donate, tell me what city you're in, and I'll find you an opportunity to do an in-kind donation.
Well, I know you're growing, and the reason you're growing is because of the need. And I hope people listening will just jump right in and support you. You have been such an inspiration, Sarah. I've loved watching your journey and your family, and thanks for everything you do.
Thank you so much for having me. This means a lot.
Take care.